Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. We're about a week removed, almost, I guess on Tuesday, from the release of the latest mini set, which is Return of Naxxramas, which is you can find in the shop, which again, I will remind for the millionth time, you can get it normal. You can click this button, buy it for 2,000 gold or 1,500 runestones, and I wanted to go through card by card, let you know, is it worth your gold? Is it worth your time? And give it just a general impression of the meta, I guess. We're probably going to be discussing balance changes because I think the meta probably needs some nerfs. So I'll be probably mentioning it while we go through these cards, but I wanted to give you guys that feedback. And if you enjoy the content on the channel and you feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like. It helps us out a ton as we're on the road to 69,420 subs. I will say before we get into the cards, basically, if you don't own any of the mini set cards, you like have none of it, it's pretty much always worth 2,000 gold. Like the value you get for 2,000 gold, even if every card totally sucks, it's pretty much worth it because you're getting 4 legendaries, an epic, and a bunch of other cards for 2,000 gold, which you basically can't do any other way with 2,000 gold. That's 20 packs. You're pretty unlikely to get more than a legendary with 20 packs. So I'll just say right away, it's pretty much worth it. But we'll give you an idea of what kind of value you will get out of that 2,000 gold. So for Death Knight, the legendary Sindragosa hasn't really been popping lately because the triple rune decks are just better. It's a great discover option, but you don't need to have the card to discover it. This card, it's not very good. Nobody really cares about it. This card will get you a full dust refund. I don't think there is a chance that Construct Quarter will not get nerfed. This card is ridiculous. It goes into any Death Knight deck, period. No rune requirement, and it's just insane. It's insanely good, and it has elevated Death Knight to be arguably the best class in Hearthstone, if you look at the numbers, and it's just getting more refined, and the numbers are getting steeper. So if you want to play Death Knight, you want Construct Quarter, you're gonna get your dust pretty much back guaranteed. So almost worth it for that alone, honestly. For Demon Hunter, honestly, haven't seen a single one of these cards see play so far. Numbers aren't great on the weapon here. The rare Fellscale Evoker is actually not bad. The big Demon Hunter is probably the closest realistic thing. And if you want to play that deck, you really want Fellscale Evoker because big Demon Hunter really needs this card, but it's not popping off. I expect this to get better after rotation when the power level of some of the other decks goes down, because I think this package that basically will remain is pretty darn solid. So look out for this card. Pretty good, but the rest pretty underwhelming so far for Demon Hunter. Druid, I've been seeing some utilization out of Rake. I have not seen much of Life from Death at all. Actually, I haven't seen much of Druid this entire expansion in Standard. In Wild, Rake has really done quite a bit to make Quest Druid playable. People are playing it a lot more, and Rake is just, it's nutty when you start combining all those attack effects. So you're looking for that. It's pretty decent value. And Death Beetle, there's OTKs going around with it, in particular with Thaddeus and Battlemaster. We'll talk about Thaddeus in a bit, but overall, Druid package, not amazing. Going amazingly well right now. Nothing's really popping off. For Hunter, Trinket Tracker hasn't really found a home yet in Hunter. Hunter, again, is another class that's not doing particularly well. It's funny, before the mini set came out, so many classes were doing well, and now if you take a look at HS Replay across all ranks, it seems like every time we get like a decent balanced meta right before the mini set, it comes out, it ruins everything, and we're waiting for the next balance patch, and we finally get that, it gets it close, and then we have the next expansion. The cycle repeats over and over. And yeah, Hunter not killing it. None of these cards are really emerging. Zombies is a really good secret though. This will see play for sure going forward. The fact like it just leaves a body behind, it gets infuses going, it's really pretty darn good. You won't be upset with that card at all. And Faithful Companions, I haven't seen much of it yet whatsoever, but overall, yeah, Hunter again, pretty underwhelming. With Mage, all these cards suck. We gave them bad ratings in the tier list and all of that. Yeah, you can have some fun, I guess, with tier reality, get some old cards, but there's no support for these cards. Discovering an elemental, like you just don't get. Again, I've been having people play this against me in arena when it's active, and I'm like, like if I'm going when they're playing in an arena, like you know it's not that great. So Mage is basically, yeah, a complete wash. Pretty irrelevant. Mage is good. You could play Mage on ladder, but you're not going to be playing any of the mini set cards, at least those ones. Paladin, Purator, pretty solid in Pure Paladin. Goldwing, surprisingly, has been popping up in some lists, so Paladin getting some decent tools. Pure Paladin not killing it, but it's competitive, and you likely will want to run the Purator for sure, and Goldwing can be a consideration. So the Paladin cards aren't a total miss, but again, not fantastic. Priest, really actually quite a big winner from this mini set. All these cards are seeing play. Mindseer is doing pretty well in like Undead, Shadow Priest. So is Rotting Necromancer. I've seen it seen play. It's better than I thought. Initially said it was complete garbage. It's not amazing, but it's doing all right. And Cannibalize is incredible in like control decks or quest decks. That removal, that healing. If you're looking for priest cards, the mini set, really good value. You're getting 3 very playable cards, and they vary from aggressive to, you know, more control-y, and that's a kind of a cool little spectrum to have. Rogue's doing great, but they're not because of these cards. Well, Rogue's doing great at High Legend. Miracle Rogue and Thief Rogue are doing all right. Across all ranks, if you take a look, Rogue doesn't look very good at all, but it's still very good at high ranks. In Wild, Jolly Roger's pretty good. You play this, Squish Ships Cannon, all that, Pirate Rogue. But overall, yeah, none of these cards really making the list. I don't see this card ever really seeing play. I had an achievement hunt with it. Just to get the 3 mana 6/6 off, even with patches in Wild, felt not super consistent. And yeah, 8 mana, not happening. This card's okay. But overall, you could probably just, yeah, pass. If you only play Rogue, I guess you could pass on the mini set. Actually, the Thaddeus thing we might want to talk about. You might want to play that in Rogue. Shaman, I mean, Blazing Transmutation might get nerfed. We don't know. Wildpaw, or was it Wildpaw Knoll, or is it Goldshire Knoll? Goldshire Knoll might be the one getting nerfed. I think something in Evolved Shaman gets nerfed. It's one of these cards probably. And Cold Storage, really good card. It is seeing play. It's like one of the few cards this mini set that has a positive attack win rate when looking at the numbers. But yes, really solid. And this card I think will be good after rotation. I think Shaman got 3 really good cards, and 2 of them are showing that already in the numbers. So again, can't go wrong with Shaman. Warlock, this card is killing it. Nothing's impossible. Incredible in Imp Warlock if you're going straight imps, not cursed, which is a valid way to go because of this card. It gives you such incredible board presence, getting those 2/2s that also count as imps and murlocs and demons and all of that. Really good card. Really good card. And Plague Eruption seeing play in like Mind Warlock, some control decks. A little bit better than I thought. Still not amazing, but AoE options aren't actually super great. And like Grimoire's Sacrifice is rotating, I believe, in April. So yeah, look out for that. But Warlock, this card's terrible. It's just don't play it. But these 2 actually pretty good. And this one's nuts. This one is super duper good. Oh yeah, Warrior. It's still a class in Hearthstone. Yeah, I mean, this card's probably gonna be good at some point, but that's it. But if you're playing Warrior, you're probably not even really playing Hearthstone right now. You're probably not thinking about buying a mini set. You're just sad. You're just in a sad state because Warrior's just been dunked on. But this probably sees played in Rage Warrior, which is good, but nobody wants to play it because it's like other decks that are like we've already gone over but worse. But yeah, man, I want Control Warrior back so bad. I miss it. And then the neutrals are pretty darn good. The Mistake, not a mistake if you want to get it. It's an epic, or rare time the epic from the mini set is actually good. It isn't like popping up in a ton of decks right now, but it's going to. Getting all those tribes and synergies, it's just a 1 mana 1/3. It is seeing play. You certainly can get usage out of it, and I think it'll get better, especially again after rotations, when options are after rotation, after options are more limited. You can just hard pass on these 2. Rivendare War Rider, whether it's good or not, you can have some real fun shuffling Horseman into your deck. There are some like kind of valid decks out there where it's like Tice's like big Warlock or whatever, but I mean, if you want to have some fun trying to destroy people, you want this card. And again, I feel like that's pretty much worth the price of admission alone to an extent. And Thaddeus is, oh sorry, we gotta show the diamond one. The diamond one's sick. Thaddeus is a scam machine. In Rogue, you have that OTK deck, not very consistent, but could kill. It beat me on turn 6 today. I got very upset. I almost raged at the devs on Twitter, like I always do. I don't, but I almost made a tweet where I got mad. But overall, overall, Thaddeus popping up there again in Druid OTK with like the Beetle, and you could play this in the Beetles, and not the band the Beatles, but that one that gets big at 11 mana, and then like the Battlemaster and Druid OTK. This card, it cheats an excessive amount of mana, and it is popping up in certain lists, and I expect it to find home in decks going forward, because like this effect cheats an absurd amount of mana if you could cheat it out in any way, and I think it's pretty safe. So overall, as you saw, a lot of the mini set cards not doing great, still highly recommend it. There's enough for a little bit of everything, and also just the value you get for 2,000 gold, as long as you haven't opened up a bunch of these in packs already, like say you've been opening up packs and you open a Thaddeus or, you know, a couple other key cards, then maybe you want to consider not buying it. But overall, I gotta recommend it. And again, a lot of these cards will probably get better with rotation. Again, as you know, half the card pool will basically be leaving, and that always spikes up the power level of what's currently in your collection. So there you go, my take on it, and we'll hit you guys up probably tomorrow. I got some topics to talk about. Maybe letting me know in the comments below if you'd rather hear about Wild, the problems in Wild. There's a lot of discontent. Maybe we should express it to the devs a little bit more, get a balance patch, maybe, I don't know, or just talk about balance in general in Standard, where Deathlight and Shaman seem like they're probably a little too good. So let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.